So back here with Happy Chapper and good morning. I'm going to talk about meditation. So before you go, because I know a lot of people will not have that interest, I just want to make it clear to you that it's really beneficial to you. And I mean, like, for all them times that you have bad times, it can sort them out. You can sort them out by doing this. And I want to explain so you get an understanding and maybe try to make it feel easier or more awareness about it, so you can feel better while doing it. But yeah, bringing more awareness about it so you can have a better understanding that it's not all so boring, it's not all so hard, it's not all so dull as it may seem, especially when you're beginning with it, because it can be very difficult too. And just like anything, but the problem is with meditation is keeping focus. And the way the world is today, it's very hard for us to keep focus. Normally within 30 seconds, someone's lost track of where they were at and went off to something else in thought. It doesn't stick around very long. And I could say that's technology, it's a bit of everything. Can't always just blame technology. It's down to us as people, what we are into, what we let ourselves be into. So meditation, I just want to be clear to start off. I even find this difficult, and I've done this for years. I mean, lost count of the years. I could go back, start counting, but that's what I mean. I've lost count. I've just been doing it that long. Sometimes with eyes open, sometimes eyes closed. And the thing is, you do it too. In fact, when you think about it, we do it from the beginning of time. We're just not that aware that we're doing it. So, example would be when your mind gets caught up in your thoughts and you're unaware of the body and its whereabouts. Then thoughts capture you, take you away to another place, and you're not judging them, you're just observing them. And that place will be a peaceful place. And anyone it's always a great example, anyone that has a license and that drives or has driven before, you more than likely have drove to a certain place and not recalled making the turns at the junctions and got there to that point. Because of the repetitiveness of the body, it knew how to do it. So with that, the mind got relaxed, but always alert in case something changed within that path that you were taking. But the body knew how to do it without you truly observing, but alert in the background, where if something changed, where a vehicle pulled out in front of you or something, where you had to swerve, you'd be alert to that. but yet you could travel on and be in your dreams. You could travel from A to B and think, I don't even remember coming across that cross, don't remember going around the corner there, I don't even remember how I got here, but I got here. Where was I? And you were in your head, you were in your mind. I say your head, I should just say your mind, but we have that thing about our mind being in our head. But we were in our mind. And you know that that was a peaceful place. And whatever was going on in there was something that your mind was fixated on, that brought that peace. Now, think of it like this. It's not just think of it like this. This is how it is. That's your mind. That's your mind that created that. It has already programmed your body to drive from A to B. It can leave it there to do that alone. And yet it can go off to elsewhere and make the body feel that enjoyment of peace and harmony within itself, while it operates functioning on something focused. So what you're seeing is we do this every day. That's just one example. You might like gardening, for example, and you might like to look at a flower or they say like centerpieces for a table in your sitting room, in your dining room, to look at. Not that many will look at it and study it. But if you're one of them people who can sit back and sometimes that just natural look captures you and you start seeing things because you're focused on it so long. Before you know it, you're there 5, 10, 15 minutes just staring and your mind's went off into a dream. Well, that's meditating. And you know that that dream was beautiful. It took you away from all the pressures of life that you were in. And yet you were still in them. The only thing that took you away was your mind. The body was still there. But yet you focused on something like a centerpiece or a flower. And that just drifted you away to another place, another space and time. And in that space and time, you were enjoying life. Yet you were present there in body. Yet you let the mind drift away and enjoyed and gave that body peace and harmony and took away any stresses that was there. You do that. You do that in how you think. And all them thoughts bring on feelings. I know we talk about meditation and not thinking about things or feeling about things. It's about clearing the mind. And yes, normally that is what the whole basics of starting off meditation is, to clear the mind so you get the whole garbage out. Because of our history. But we also can use it for focusing on something that we enjoy, which can bring that enjoyment to the meditation. to understand that it's not just one track that you can take down or go down for meditation. Clearing of the mind is very important, I believe. Getting that garbage out. It's like the bin's filled up to the top and you need to change the garbage bag. You need to throw it out and put in a fresh one. And that's pretty much what it's like. And doing it regular, or should be. I can't say I do it regular myself. Excuse me. But yes, it should be something that we do regular and be cautious of. Now, that would be something that I'd be very cautious of, just living my day and what comes out of this. And how that's affecting me in here. And that just comes about with awareness, which comes about from your meditation. You start seeing deeper into life, the simple things in life, how there's so much been put into it. I look at this, it's a box, but many people put energy into creating that, the design, the colours, the shape, the length of it, the labelling, the stamp, the paper inside that covers them, conceals them. Who all put energy into that? There was so many people. And if you start looking deeper at the colours, the writing, the design, and the shapes, why? And you start going in there, using this as a meditation, going in there, diving in, seeing these people. I'm not saying you're going to see them face to face, but you're seeing a part of these people's energy. And it's a part of a description of who they are. Not who they are, but part of. That brings out that creation. And when you see so many characters in it, it shows the depth of something. And how that energy is transmuted to something else. And how all them energies came together to create that one creation as we see it. And I know that might sound a bit boring to some, but take that on a bigger scale of the world. You see it in something so small, but when you can see it in something so small and you look at the world, well, you can see it in the world. The world shows itself to us, yet we just see the surface level. Because we aren't in that way of focusing on what the reality of it all is, what's created this. We're always waiting for the final outcome, the product. But what do we really know about the product if we haven't seen how it's made and who made it? What was all the ways that created that? Yet we look at time. We're always looking at time. So say 2 o'clock. Something has to happen at 2 o'clock. We will watch and watch and watch that clock as we wait for it until it gets to 2 o'clock so we can get to do that thing. We'll be highly aware of it. Yet it'll be boring. Just come back, check and check and check until it's 2 o'clock. We have to follow the journey until we get to that time. But yet when there's something that's in the physical, we like to just look at that's it. and we miss so much more enjoyment out of it, in the experience of life, other people's life, your life, the connection to that, soul to soul. As so many souls were put into this, and spirit that they put into it to create their part in it, brought your soul to feel towards it. We're all connected in a wholeness. And as I say, it's the focus. When we sit, as I explained, when you're sitting there and you just drift away, well, when you start meditating regular and you want to drift away, you'll be able to do that. Now, I want you to think of a situation that you would like to drift into. Where would it be? Who would you be with? What would be happening? Now, for me, it'd be the kind of thing like I'd be on a beach. And there would be people around me that loved me for who I was. And I loved them. Everyone was happy, laughing, cheering, joking around. There was an ice cream truck. There was kids playing, having fun, having ice cream. There was ones out surfing. There was a outside cocktail bar. Everybody was just sipping on their drink, not loaded, just enjoying the drink, relaxed in conversation, deep conversations. But everyone had a smile and was just enjoying the sun rays shining down on us. You could feel the wind coming off the sea, but it was warm and refreshing as the sun hit down through that breeze. Anyway, something like that. And you capture your moment and take yourself there. And all you have to do is close your eyes and cut yourself off from what you're seeing, observing here. And the more you do that and take yourself, drift away like the clouds. Put yourself in a wee cloud, in a wee bubble. Pretend you are. Drift off into them clouds. You're above the earth and you're looking down to see where you're going to go. And you find that spot and you pull it in until you get there. And everything that you desire, that you want, that you need is all there. All you have to do is now enjoy it. And you can do that. You've done that. You've done it many a times. Probably when you were driving. Or maybe just staring at a flower or something like that, or some specific object of beauty in some form or another, something out in nature. Maybe it was a squirrel running up a tree or something like that. But you've done it. You've took your mind to that focus to meditate and concentrate. So, as boring and as hard as meditation can be, if we can see the brighter side of it, and learn to take our steps to get to that point, then the journey will be worth it. And it doesn't always have to be for long periods of time. It could be just a minute or two, just to grow that beginning of a new neural pathway. So think of it like a tree, and that tree's extending out in little branches. So each branch is a different thought from what you want. So this is a happy tree. You've already this tree of doom and gloom built. This is your happy tree. You want to add more branches to it, so you're going to add more. And the more happiness you keep adding to that tree, the more you're going to focus on this happy tree, and this dark tree is going to disappear because it's not getting used. It's going to shut down until there's nothing there, until you're just living off your happy tree. And that just comes with maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes, but regularly doing it. So you get caught up, something catches you. And it's okay to be flippant or whatever. Well, it's not okay, but if that's your way, and it was my way, there's things that really annoyed me, little things, and it could be frustrating, and I'd be flipping in here. But as soon as it had happened, I'd be questioning myself. Did I act in the appropriate way? Was that right, what I done? Should I have done it that way? Ask yourself and correct yourself for the next time that something may arise in that kind of a situation. And you move on. You don't hold on to it and be like, oh, I should have done this and I should have kept on thinking that way. Right, you think like that, I should have done this. Right, so what should I have done? You figure out that. And when you've that figured out, that's it done, it's past. So if it ever comes up again, you know what to do. Not saying that you will do it, but you have placed something there to do it in a different way. Now come up that moment where something similar comes up and you have that moment to use it and you don't, yet it happens again, what you will find is it will come round to you quicker. So as soon as it's happened, it might just pop into your head, oh, I should have done that, instead of maybe a half an hour later as it was beforehand. So it gets closer to you. It's like you pull it in. It doesn't automatically happen as soon as you've learned something and you're guiding yourself on another path. So the next time that teaching comes up that you have to learn, you're not going to automatically know it straight away, but it's going to be closer to you. So the more you do it, the more it's going to be within you. And you see, if you've got the dark tree still growing and you've only started and you're on a wee tree's only going to be down here, so it's going to run to here quicker. But the closer you get, the bigger this tree gets. And the stronger you get within you, because you're getting the support from that happy tree. Hopefully this explains it a wee bit more. I know meditation can be hard and it can seem boring and that, but there's so much benefits to it, and it can be so good if you use it in the right way. Don't look at it as hard and boring. Yes, it can be to begin with, because you don't have somewhere to focus or place your focus on. Your focus is on hard and boring. And I know that because I've been there. And there's times even when I do meditation now, and they'd still see that. My tree hasn't just disappeared even over all the years. It's still there. But I have so many more trees around that to go to pull in. And like the beach, for example, water flowing, things like that that I enjoy, just nature. Um, but you can put in there whatever you want. Go-kart racing, motorbike racing, whatever you enjoy. Maybe flying an airplane, flying a helicopter. Go there, do it. And what you might also find is you might start doing it in real life if you put enough into it. What you'll find is you'll guide yourself to be the person that you put into them dreams. That's why I like to guide myself to be happy chappy, just to be happy. I just think it's important to the overall health, being happy. And that comes down to a way of thinking and feeling to them thoughts. And you can do that too. I'm not saying I'm happy 100% of the time, no. 99.9% of the time I am, though. There's not much that does get me down these days. I do have down days like anybody. I'm up and down of a heart rate. So it goes up and down. But I can balance that to be at peace with it all. And so can you. And when there's a down day, for example, well, you can go and meditate, even though it might be something that you don't want to do, but you know that if you do it, then you're going to take yourself to a better place because you've created this place. You could also design it, design where you want to go, write it down, draw it out, take a picture somewhere. If you ever on holiday and had the most beautifulest holiday, take a picture of that. Get the picture, look at it, close your eyes, and take yourself there. Remember how it was. Add to it, add more, make it more beautiful. As beautiful as it was, make it more beautiful. And that'll be meditating. The simplest little thing, grabbing a photo. It doesn't even have to be a photo where you are on holiday. Maybe somewhere where you'd like to go. Or, as I say, a racing car, a motorbike, whatever you'd like to take a go on. Maybe you wanted to be in the Formula One. Get a Formula One car that you were attracted to, drawn to. Get a picture of that. Visualize yourself in it. Visualize all the components of the car. Place yourself in it. Drive. Take that path, a path of enjoyment that's within you that you can do with your mind, but yet we get distracted by so many things that takes us down. Anyway, hopefully this gives some more insight into meditation and what meditation really is, and that you take part in it every day. You do it every day. It's just that we lose our focus. As I say, normally about 30 seconds, people have lost their focus on one thing. So I'll be thinking about lighting this incense, and before I finish lighting it, I might think, oh, I need to go to do this, or I need to go do that. And it is that quick. And if you start observing yourself, you will see that too. But if you've got something lined out, and you know what you want to do, and you're placing your focus for that down the line. So pick 10 years. Where do you want to be in 10 years? And as how unrealistic it may seem to you, it doesn't matter. You're only making it unrealistic because you haven't made any steps to it, so it seems so far away. So give yourself 5-10 years. Where are you going to be? Do you want to be that rally driver? Do you want to be flying helicopters? Do you want to be a motorbike racer or whatever? Do you want to be on the beach, living on by the side of the beach, having a happy life? What do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? If you don't have that focus, then you're going to be scattered. And make it in a distance and time. It doesn't mean that you have to get to there. It just means that you have somewhere to go to, and you can bring your mind to there any time. And the more you do it, the more you'll start seeing things happening in your life that's bringing you closer to that. I'm not saying you're going to get there. It all depends on you as the individual and how much effort that you put into it. But as you place your focus and have that focus in your head, in your mind, and every time you go to meditate or even just doing your everyday things and think, oh, I wish I was there now. But once you get that wish or that thought, you start thinking more thoughts around that and keep going with it. And eventually you will get scattered and taken away. But each time it comes up, you add more to it and add more to it and add more to it. And take times out to focus on it, whether it be a minute or two in your day, in the morning or at night time. Most times where it's going to hit you, it's going to take more of effect. And if you use that time wisely, you will start seeing things related to where you focused come into your life. So, rally driver, you'll start seeing, for example, maybe more sporty cars about, maybe magazines on cars. You'll start seeing all these things coming in. Maybe you'll meet somebody that was once a rally driver, or somebody that knows somebody about rally driving, or somebody that's got a rally car. All these things start coming into you because that's where you're focused and you brought that magnetism to you. So that's how your meditation is going to help you. And all it takes is a couple of minutes every day, in the morning, night time. I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but the more effort you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. And I do suggest take yourself to a happy place. Just make sure you're happy. That's the most important thing. Because if you're going to somewhere where you think you're going to be happy and you get there and you're not happy, you got to do it all over again. So make sure it's going to be something that's going to make you happy. I mean, truly make you happy. Not like a one-hit wonder thing. This is going to be how you're going to live your life. So it's going to be something that's going to keep you happy. What would be your happiest way of living life? Think of it that way. This is Happy Chappy and Meditation, and love and peace.